What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to a kind of a boring car, I guess, for Forza Horizon anyway. But it's the Mitsubishi Galant. Mitsubishi Galant is back in the game. Now, of course, this was a car that was, oh god, this is it doesn't have any grip. This is, of course, the car that was brought into the game not this year, not with this Horizon game anyway, with a different game. But I'll just call it new because it's new for now. So the Mitsubishi Galant is now in Horizon 5, and I wanted to go ahead and build one of these things. So obviously there is a competitor to this. Two of the car manufacturers in Japan that were always head to head was Subaru and Mitsubishi. And Mitsubishi always had their Lancer Evos, they had the Galant. Coupe wise, did I have anything? I mean, they had the 3000 GT, but would just never really, I guess, took off as much as some of the bigger cars like the Supra and the Skyline and stuff like that. Mostly because it wasn't in any Fast and Furious movie. That's just pretty much it. I guess it was, if you want to count it, the 3000 GT or the GTO, it was actually in, was it like, is it a prelude? Is it, not prelude, a prologue? What is that bit? Where it's like between the first Fast and Furious and the second and Too Fast, Too Furious. There's like a little bit in between showing how Brian got the Skyline, and he was actually driving a Mitsubishi 3000 GT or a GTO. Or was he driving the Dodge Stealth, which is pretty much the American version of that. It's weird. I'm getting very sidetracked. Anyway, Mitsubishi had some very, very good cars back in the day, including this, the Galant. This also has four-wheel steering as well, which is very cool. Can we actually see the four-wheel steering? I don't think so. It doesn't look like it. It doesn't actually move. Or maybe if it does move, it's like so slight. But there's a lot of cars in this game that actually do have four-wheel steering. And for people who don't know, like how, like they don't know that this guy actually has four-wheel steering, it literally says it on the side. It literally says 4WS on the side. And there's a bunch of different cars, I think, that had a four-wheel steering back in the 90s and stuff like that from Japan, which is very, very cool to see. Now, let's talk about this car. Like I said, this is basically a competitor to the Subaru Legacy that came out from, well, Subaru. And obviously in the game that I'm playing right now, I actually ended up getting a Legacy that was built by one of you guys, I'm pretty sure. And it set a very, very serious lap time on the Golden Toge. It was built to the top of A-Class. It was at one point one of the fastest A-Class cars that I've ever gotten. So what I want to do is I want to try to see if the car that I'm driving right now, which is the Galant VR4, can this thing get anywhere near the time and just the way it drives? Can it be just as good as the Legacy in the game? So that's what I'm going to do in today's video. I'm going to try to put this head to head with the Legacy on the Golden Toge, build it to the top of A-Class, and try to see if it's just as good, if not better. Maybe we have found a decent car in at the top of A-Class that could actually rival some of the stuff that I've been driving. So this can be very, very interesting if it goes really well. Now, let's see what's possible with this car. So around 400 and something horsepower. Is this the car, by the way, with the AMG engine? For people that don't know, AMG actually made or built or tuned some Mitsubishi engines, if you guys did not know that. But I don't know if it's this actual Galant that has it. It does. I've checked under the bonnet as well by doing this, and I don't see it anywhere. But there are some of them. I don't see an AMG badge anywhere, but there are some of these that will end up having an AMG badge on them, which is a weird bit of a fact, I guess, that you guys can kind of look up. But it's very strange. Also, why are we not allowed to get the newer Galants? Or the Legnums even. I feel like the Legnums would have been so cool if you actually ended up getting one of those in the game. I love those so much. They're very, very cool cars. But I guess we're not going to get them because they, for the Turn 10 or Playground Games or whatever, they for whatever reason don't want us to have any new cars in the game. They just want to give us the same old cars over and over again. And that's it. Right. So. Oh, there you go. There you go. We're gonna have the bumper for the AMG version of this car. There you go. That was actually very funny. Unfortunately, none of these are actually adjustable when it comes to aero, which is very sad because they look ridiculous and very, very cool. We're gonna have to put the disgusting Forza kit on it instead. And it's gotta be the same thing with the wing as well. So there's That's really cool spoiler. Obviously none. And then we have, you know, so that's what's happening there with that. Nothing really changes too much when it comes to this rear bumper. That actually does look a little bit better. Does it change in weight? Like a kilo, literally 1 kilo. I mean, we don't really have a budget at all. That is very cool, actually. You can turn this thing with like a proper rally car. But I mean, we've seen all these before anyway in Horizon 4, because I'm pretty sure when this got released in Horizon 4, it actually was very, very cool. For whatever reason, when we do this, we get rid of the latches and stuff like that, I guess. And that gets rid of about 3 kilos. I don't know if it's something that I really want to add to this thing. Like, the parts that I want to have put on this car, I want them to actually do something, you know? Okay. Anyway, what sort of tires were on the Legacy, though? I want to build this thing, like I said, very, very similarly to the Legacy. Do I go with racing tires? We probably could go with racing tires. It brings this thing all the way up in the B-Class, though. I think we could be good with racing tires. We'll put those on. I'll adjust them, or not adjust them, but I'll change them if I actually really need to change them to anything else. We can go with lighter wheels. Obviously, the lightest wheels, I'm pretty sure, are these drag wheels that we should have here, which are minus 9 kg, as you can see here. Am I that desperate to have those extra, I guess, less kilos on this thing? Am I that desperate to do that? I don't know if it'll make much of a difference, though, if I do end up putting those wheels on it. So I might just put a set of wheels I actually like on this thing instead of that. So I don't think losing 6 kg or 9 kg. Oh, well, we could put these wheels on it, actually. We could probably do that. But yeah, there's not really a lot of difference. Or these, even. They look like proper racing wheels as well, these Wet Sports. They look good. Well, we'll keep them on. As for the track width, this will help our... Actually, this will decrease our handling if I do this. For whatever reason. So I'm going to leave it alone for now. Okay, we'll leave that... We'll leave that alone for now. Power. Let's focus on power. We'll get this thing to about 400 and something horsepower, right? That's what the Legacy was. Am I actually able to get this thing to about 400 horsepower? I don't think so, not with these tires on it. So maybe the thing is to get this thing to that amount of power, but obviously change our wheels. Interesting. Oh no, wait, I'm blind. I'm an idiot. For whatever reason, I thought it was B-Class. I don't know why did I think it was B-Class. So we still have a long way to go. Okay. So a 444. We can do 444 horsepower with this thing. Light flywheel. Get this thing to accelerate a little bit quicker. Definitely some better brakes. For now, this looks like it might be a really, really good competitor to the Legacy. I mean, it weighs, I think, a lot less than the Legacy. Oh my god. So 444 and 1104. When it comes to the weight. Okay, one sec. Let me just slap this on real quick. I haven't bought a diff or a transmission or anything like that just yet, but I just want to have a look what the Legacy stats were. So 444, and it weighs 1100 kilos, right? Yeah, 444 or 1100 kilos. So if you go to the Subaru, wow. So automatically you can see, and this thing isn't even on race tires. What? It's not even on like slick tires. That's weird. That's weird that this thing is actually allowed so much more customization. Okay, I may have to get rid of a bit of power, but... Okay, it's weird. Or else it just doesn't want to say what it is. I don't know. Do I do carbon? Yeah, yeah, we'll just leave that alone like that. I mean, I could just decrease the power slightly and I should be fine. Even if I go to like... There, perfect. 409. Well, I'll take 409. It still weighs less. That's crazy. That we can have these tires in like 400 horsepower. Okay, this should be an interesting run with this car now. What's my STI at? I have an STI as well that I made that's pretty much the fastest. Unless the Legacy that I have there isn't the same. But it has to be. I haven't done anything to this car. So I have this STI here that I ended up building, and it was pretty much the fastest A-Class car that I have. 374. Has a lot of torque though. It has much more torque. But it does weigh more as well. And then we also have a Lotus, which is the current fastest A-Class car. 351. I'm shocked. I am genuinely shocked by the numbers of this thing. It weighs less, it has more power, it's all-wheel drive, it's on race tires. This could be a really, really good car. I'm gonna have to slap a tune on it, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's not gonna sound particularly good. I don't really care. Right. From the numbers, it seems like it's gonna be absolutely ridiculous, and it's gonna be the fastest A-Class car that we have. I'm gonna tune this thing real quick, and then I'm gonna bring it over to the Golden Target and do a run with it and see what it's like. But that's really, really impressive. This just keeps accelerating and accelerating and accelerating. Wow. Okay. Yeah, well, those stats, those numbers are definitely not just for show. Definitely not just for show. I'm really intrigued now to see what sort of time this thing puts down. Really, really intrigued. Might need a bit more tuning with this sort of basic setup here. I made it, the first time around I made it so it ended up oversteering just a bit too much, so kept going a little bit sideways. But I fixed that now, and it's just like a train. It's like on rails. It's definitely good enough to keep up with the Legacy, and definitely good enough to keep up with my STI. Is it good enough to keep up with the Lotus though? We'll see. I think it's significantly more powerful than the Lotus though. Like, it's very noticeably more powerful. Is it as agile in the corners? I don't know. It is still very, very good. Okay, quick through there. That's not bad. Oh no, I messed up. I have messed up. It's the first time I've gotten to that point though, so I never actually drove far enough to get to that point. It was only the first few corners and then I sort of backed out. That was a bit of a bad way to go around the corner as well. I'll complete the run anyway, because then I get to see what this thing is like through all the corners, and then I'll do one more. Right, so with the first run done, a 446.695. It is, at the moment, sorry, I was going to say second. It's not second. It's slower than the Legacy by 2 seconds, so with that crash. And it's slower than the Lotus Exige by 9 seconds. So there's a big margin there for me to try and improve. But I've noticed on how I'm driving this thing, and I think I can definitely improve by quite a lot. Quite a lot. So, it's a really, really good car. Really, really good. Let's try to do another run and see what sort of time I get now. My god, this is on rails. It is on rails. And the sheer speed of it as well. Oh, that was close. That was very close. Really, really close, that one. I built this thing very nicely as well, so it's just the tiniest bit of oversteer. Not too crazy. Jesus. Holy... Oh my god. I think you have to keep in mind that this is A-Class. Let's pull in like an S1. Oh my god. Like, there's no errors with it. There's so much grip. There's so much grip with this car. Like, what? I should have gone at the third. I kind of messed up that corner. Well, not kinda. I definitely messed up that corner. Oh my god. It's just weird how close I'm getting to some of these walls, man. Okay, nice. Tiniest bit of understeer there. Oh, it's not faster than the Lotus. A 439. 439. 2 seconds slower than the Lotus. This is such a good car. Oh my god. Maybe it was someone's better tuning. Maybe I could get this thing to be even faster. But right now, I love the way this drives. It's like you have a perfect sense of speed with it when you're driving it. It's easy to get close to walls and stuff with it. I have lots of confidence driving this thing. It's really, really good. Well, if it was a competition between this and the Subaru Legacy, it's this that came out on top. And it's like not even close when it comes to sort of to times. Like this is still like, what was it, like 6 seconds faster than the Legacy. It's a really, really good car. And I think my driving was very good. I think I messed up on one of the corners. Can I still pull 2 seconds from somewhere on this? Yes. Yes, I can. But can I probably say the same thing about the Lotus Exige? Where, like, if I do, like, 10, 15 runs, you know, will I improve again another 2 seconds with the Lotus Exige? Yes, I can say that again as well. So, it's the reason why I only do, like, 1 or 2 laps with these things, or 1 or 2 runs with them. It's like, it makes it so much more, like, genuine, and it's the impression that I get of the car, right? If it's easy to drive, then it's a very, very good car, right? If it's very, very easy to drive quickly, if the tires and the suspension and transmission, but basically the balance of the car is done well enough where it's easy to control, then you'll set a good lap time with it, or whatever, or a good time with it. And the person that sent me the Lotus Exige, one of you guys, that ended up sending me the Lotus Exige, it actually is a really, really good tune. And that also being a rear-wheel drive car, it's quicker than this thing. It rotates a little bit easier, the Lotus. With it being rear-wheel drive, it kind of still feels a bit like an all-wheel drive car, the Lotus. It's not. It's mid-engine and rear-wheel drive. But the way the balance is and the way it pushes itself out of corners has a lot of grip. This thing just has grip because it's all-wheel drive. And it's just, the way I set it up, it just has a double amount of grip. Plus the racing slicks as well in A-Class. Like, lets me keep my speed up in corners like crazy. So it's also very good. Aero also helps a huge amount on these cars. So even if you mess around with the aero slightly, you will notice the difference. So I've made it now so the front end is getting as much downforce as possible. So when I dart into corners, like when I start pulling into corners, the front end just grips up and goes. And then basically with the suspension, I ended up tuning that so it doesn't end up being really loose. And it's the same with the aero on the rear. I added a little bit of downforce as well on the rear, but not fully. So that, together with the suspension, I made it so it doesn't rotate and start to oversteer, because that's very easy to do. If your front end is a bit too soft, that back end, like the front end will just tilt into the corner, and then the back end will just start coming back around, basically. So just the perfect amount of oversteer. If I push this guy a little bit harder, I can get this thing to oversteer, no problem. But if you drive it with, you know, throttle control and everything, brilliant car. No assist needed at all. Very good car, the Galant. I actually didn't expect it. I did not expect this thing to be as good as it is. But as soon as it popped up, I was like, yeah, I have to compare this to the Legacy, you know, just to see what it's like and which one's going to be faster. But yeah, this one actually came out on top. I mean, it came out with a pretty good time. It's a good tune too that I built. I didn't even spend that long on it. I just sort of spent maybe, like, I'll say 5-6 minutes on it. Basically, I built it with a basic setup, just the way I feel like every car should start off with, and then from there on I just sort of tweaked what I wanted on it, you know. There's multiple videos out there for people that want to sort of build their cars and learn how to build their cars and stuff like that. I'll put the share code for this car as well up on the screen, or probably was further back in the video, where you guys can download the actual share code for this car just to see what it's like yourselves. But I'm not going to create a whole... See, like that corner there, I remember I messed up. I'm not going to create, by the way, a whole video of tuning cars, because there's so many other cars, or so many other people out there, other creators that are more knowledgeable than I am, that have created better and more, I guess, coherent videos when it comes to car tuning. So go watch them, because you will learn how to build your cars. And again, it's a lot of it is preference. Like, I like my cars to have a little bit of oversteer, because it's easy to control. You know, some people may like to have understeer, some people may like to not have any oversteer at all. you know, some people drive with assists on, some people don't drive with assists on, so it's all preference and the way you drive and stuff like that. So not everything's gonna go and work well for everyone, you know. So yeah, I'm happy with the Galant. It turned out really, really well. Try it out yourselves. You get it this week by getting your 20 points, and that's pretty much it. So it's nothing too crazy, not that difficult to get. But 439.759. Like I said, putting this thing, it's not even 2 seconds. It's like 1.9 something seconds slower than the fastest A-Class car that I have right now, which is someone's Lotus Exige that they've sent me. Yeah, this is also a super, super good car. So, thank you everybody for watching today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed the Galant. Hopefully you enjoyed the video in general. It looks cool. If it was me, I'd probably build this thing for rallying because I think it'll just look really cool. But then again, if you guys have any sort of tunes yourselves that you want to send over, maybe you built one of these things for rally racing. Maybe it's really, really OP for rally racing. If it is, send it over. I'm definitely down to try it out, especially with all the crazy fog lights and everything that you're able to put on it. It'll look really, really cool. But yeah, like I said, that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.